Welcome, my friend, my brother, my sister. Today, we have found a waterfall. And it's a beautiful waterfall. It's not too big. I think it has a 2 or 3 meter drop. And it's gently flowing. There's some children playing around the waterfall. There are some ducks that are trying to find, I think, some food at the bottom of the waterfall where the small rocks all have landed. It's a nice place to be. We are in the shade while the sun is shining. It won't take long until the sun will be shining in our face. It's a nice place to be. It's a nice place to rest. I want to take this time to give some love, some peace, and some relaxation to my friends, my brothers, and my sisters all over the world. It's not much we need, just this spot. It's a nice spot. Just the sound of the wind in the leaves and the sound of the waterfall. You can smell the water crashing down. It's a nice smell. It's constantly refreshing and renewed. It's a place where you can come to rest. It's a place where you can definitely find some love, some self-love. Because if we cannot go outside, the best thing to do is go inside. So that's what we're trying to do here. The sun is sometimes slowly coming on our faces. It feels very good. It feels relaxing and calming. Today, I'd like to tell a story. I'd like to tell a story about a dolphin. So, the story about this dolphin starts with just a small dolphin. It's part of a dolphin tribe. And he's looking for a way to find his own tribe. But he doesn't know how. Because it's still a small dolphin. And there's so many dangers in the big blue ocean. He doesn't know what to do. But the small dolphin is still determined to find his own tribe. He doesn't know why. He doesn't know how. He just wants to. He has a longing to find his own road. Whatever that road may lead him to. It may lead him to dangers. It may lead him to pain. Because, well, that's what his current tribe is telling him. Like, dude, Don't go find your own tribe. We have our tribe, and you don't have to do all of these things because, well, we have a tribe and it's safe here and we take care of each other. But this one small little dolphin just feels different. And this small little dolphin just wants to do it differently. He wants to find his own path. And his mother's also telling him, why? Why would you want to go? I mean, I love you. And you can just stay here. And I do understand if you want to go because, well, your grandpa also found his own tribe. And he always told stories about how he found his own tribe and how much he loved the adventure. But he also told us about all of the dangers that he went through. And I don't want you to experience any pain. I don't want you to feel stressed or that you don't know where your next meal is coming from. And, well, that doesn't make it easy for you. And I want you to find a place. But I also want you to be safe, which is very difficult for me to explain to you, but it's just the way I feel. I am your mother. What can I do about it? And the small little dolphin thinks, well, I understand my mom. I know she cares about me, but, well, in the end, it's my life, and I have to decide. What am I going to do? Am I going to stay here for the rest of my life with my brothers and sisters and family, the tribe that I have right now? Or, I'd like to see what's out there. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Does it matter? It's my life. And I can decide in this life what I want to experience. Even though it might be dangerous or painful. I might even die. But I think that I'd rather live and die while having lived than just not having lived at all and just doing what everybody around me is doing. I want to do some new things. I want to experience some new things, whatever it may be. I want to find out these stories that Grandpa has been telling about. I want to know if they're true. I want to see them for myself. Is there something wrong with that? Am I weird? Well, maybe I am weird, but does it matter? I don't think so. I think it's all right for me to do this. That's what I think. So the little dolphin, he goes to his father. And his father, well, his father always does things the safe way. And he likes it the safe way. Because the safe way keeps you safe. And as long as you just follow what other people are telling you, well, you'll be safe. Which in a way is true. But there's no adventure in that, obviously. And it doesn't matter because that's the life of the father. He wants to be safe. But doesn't necessarily has to be the life of the small dolphin. Whose name is Frank, by the way. His name is Frank. Frank, the little dolphin. And Frank, this little dolphin, he goes to his father and he says, Daddy, I love you, but I want to go on this adventure. I want to go places that nobody has ever seen before. I want to find my own tribe. I want to see what's out there in the world. I want to know what these stories were that Grandpa was telling me about. I want to know if they're true. I want to know if any of it is true. Because we always do the same things. We find the warm water, and I know this works, and I know it's fun and all. I just want to experience some different things. I'm a weird dolphin. What can I say? And his dad, he looks at Frank and he says, well, Frank, you've always been a little different. And you've been talking about this for years now. But you're just a small dolphin, man. I mean, there's so many dangers in the ocean. And you're just a small dolphin. Are you sure you want to do this? Because, this ocean is scary, man. I've seen some things in my life, and I was so glad that I had my tribe around me, and that I had the leader of the tribe telling me to do this or that whenever danger was there, I remember this one time, there was this white thing on the top of the ocean. You could see it, and it was weird because there was some sort of rope attached to it. But it was a hard rope. It was so hard, we couldn't chew through it. But it was just sitting there on the top of the ocean, this white thing. And we didn't know what it was. Until suddenly, there was this figure. He was all black. And he had some sort of reflection over his eyes. I don't know. He had also 2 large tanks on the back of his back. And he made a weird sound. Like he made bubbles. Now we still don't know why until this day. But this figure, this thing, this monster, it took one of our friends away, It took one of our friends away. It caught it in something then he took it to the white thing, and the rope disappeared, and the white thing disappeared. And you know what they called us? They called us Dolphin. Dolphin. I didn't know I was a dolphin until that day. Now they have a word for us, dolphin. It was a weird word. It was a weird experience, and it was scary. And we didn't know what happened to our friend. We didn't know who these figures were. We didn't know what this white thing was. But we never want to experience it again. So we stay away from all of the coasts, because the closer you get to all of the coasts, the more white things there are. The more of these moving islands, mini islands there are. You should just stay here. That's what I think. Stay with us. So Frank listened to his father's story and what he told him. And he went to his favorite place. It was a beautiful place. It was a place with all kinds of colors. Coral reef colors was his favorite place. And he could always talk to his friend over there. There was a big clam. The big clam was always sitting in the same spot. It never moved. Everything was just grown over this big clam. It was a little pinkish color. It has all of these plants growing on top of him. And he was all fine with that, because that way the fish and the animals that might want to eat him couldn't find him. So he was just fine with plants growing over him, and that was just his house. And he was always talking to the other animals, especially the little dolphin Frank. He liked the little dolphin because he always went on adventures. He always did things that the clam could never do. That's why he loved listening to Frank. And he didn't care that he couldn't experience all these things, because he knew he was a clam, and he was all right with that. The clam was always calm. It never worried. The clam just sat there and waited for some plankton to float by. It would take a bit of it, then it would wait again until plankton would arrive again. That's all it did. I was happy doing that. Just that. Exactly that. So, little Dolphin Frank, he thought, you know what? You know what I want to do? I'd like to visit that old clam and ask him for some advice. So he went to his favorite spot where the clam lived. And he told the clam, "Clam, I want to go on this adventure." "Again?" says the clam. "Yes, again, of course. You know how I am." "Well, all right," said the clam. "Well, tell me, what does your mama think?" So Frank started telling the clam, "Well, big old clam, you know, I wanted to tell my mom that I wanted to go on this adventure, and she said, well, it's your own choice, but it's scary out there. There's many dangers out there, and I don't know what I want to do. I just want to, you know, I don't want to make my mom sad, but I also want to go on an adventure, you know." "Yeah, I understand that," said the clam. I do. Sometimes it's hard to keeping everybody happy, right?" "Yes, definitely," said Frank. "Definitely." "So what did your papa say?" said the clam. "Well," said Frank, "you know how he is, right? I mean, he always does the same thing. He always goes for the safe option. And he told me that I'm just a small dolphin. And he told me the story about this weird floating islands and people being there and stuff like that. I don't know, man, if I should do this thing." "Well, no, of course you don't know," he said, the clam, "because you haven't done it yet." "No, that's true," said Frank. "Well," said the clam, "you know, in the end, I understand. I'm listening to your stories about what your father told you, what your mother told you. But you know, Frank, can I ask you a question?" Well, sure," said Frank. "You can ask me a question." "Well, Frank, let me ask you this. What do you want?" "Well, that's a good question. What do I want?" "Well," said Frank, "I know what I want." "Do you?" said the clam. "Do you really?" "Well, yeah," said Frank. "I know what I want. I want to go on an adventure. I want to find my own tribe. I want to go on these adventures that Grandpa told me about. And I want to, you know, just live. I want to know what's out there. I don't want to just do the same old every single day. And every single season do the same old. Why? I want to do it differently, you know?" "Well," said the clam, "until now, you've just been listening to your father and your mother, and I know you're a small dolphin, but I mean, you're old enough to make your own decisions, right? Do you still ask your dad if you can go to the toilet?" "Well, no," says Frank. "All right, well, do you still ask your dad if you want to get some food?" "Well, no, said Frank. I don't do that." "Well, do you still ask your mom if you go on a trip and go on holidays and stuff like that, you know, like last time with your girlfriend?" "Well, no, of course not." "Well, in the end," said the clam, "it's your life. You know, I have my life. I decided that I'd just be happy being a clam. And being a big old clam, sitting in the same spot, this spot. I love this spot. And I just never want to leave. Food is coming by. I get oxygen. I never have to leave." "Yeah, that's true," said Frank. "But I don't want to do that. Well, no, of course not, said the clam. I know you want to go on adventures. And I love listening to your stories. And, I love you so much. But, I want you to have your own life. I want you to do what you want to do. You don't have to stay here just for me. I love listening to your stories, and I love who you are, but, you're a clam. Or I'm a clam. You're a dolphin. And you're this small little dolphin named Frank who wants to go on an adventure. And I hope one day I will meet you again in person. But, maybe you'll just somehow send me a message. To me, it doesn't matter. I just want you, my friend Frank, to be happy. Right, said Frank. Well, that makes sense. Yes, said the clam. I love you, man. I love you. So, I want you to be free. I want you to do whatever you want to do, man. Yeah, said Frank. That makes sense. Right, said the clam. Well, my friend Frank, while you are here, tell me another one of your stories. Tell me one more adventure before you go. Because I know that I won't be seeing you again. I know that you will go on your adventure, man. And I am so happy for you. And I'm so happy for me. And I'm so happy for your parents that you live your own life, because in the end they will understand. Maybe they won't, but I think they do. And they will. It's just the process of parents letting go of kids, I had the same with my 9 kids. I had to let them go. They found their own spot. And it's fine that way. I'm a clam, they're clams, and it's fine. But I just want to ask you, tell me one more story, all right? Before you go. Because I know that tomorrow you will leave. It's the perfect time. It's the season. The waters are warm. You can go anywhere you want to go now. So be free, my friend. Find your adventure. Live your life while you are here as this small dolphin on this planet. Enjoy it. Live it. Be it. But tell me one more story, all right, before you go. Of course, said Frank. And Frank started telling his story about this holiday he had with his girlfriend, where everything went wrong. But it was still a beautiful, beautiful holiday, because they survived and they knew what was happening. You know what? Tomorrow, the story will continue. I hope you have a great day and that you sleep well.